Hey everybody, this is Kim Danke, the Shibboleth new member fast track instructor. And tonight is the Wednesday night webinar. Oh goodness, please excuse my hair. I have just been for a walk and I live in Kennesaw, Georgia. It has rained today and it's hot because it's summer in the South and the humidity was something fierce. But I did a little 1.5 mile walk and it was awesome. My dog fully enjoyed it. Okay, if you are on Facebook, please take just a second and just wave or say hello, give a few likes, a few hearts, just to let me know that you are there. And if you're a Shibboleth member, you can take the time to share this. When you share this, people get to see what we have to offer. And it really is a blessing. I mean, $69 for a lifetime of support is amazing. It is the least expensive thing anybody will ever do to learn how to change their life. So if you are in the Zoom room, which so many of you are, please do me a favor and find your chat button. Kim, I never did look up your thing, so I apologize for that. Where it says all panelists in the chat feature, please click all panelists and attendees. And hey, Jenny, and Kim and Elise, awesome. Elise is Zooming. I love that. Thank y'all for saying hello. Let me know if you're having perfect days. Hey, Beth, I see you on Facebook. Thank you for saying hello. Let's see. All right. Patty Bass is here with us, and Teresa and Brenda. Yes, and awesome. Oh, you got it, Kim. Good. Good. And Teresa and Kim, if y'all don't mind, if you'll set your chat to all panelists and attendees. Hey, Kathy, I'm glad you're here with us. And Patricia, wonderful. Good. And I want to give it just one more minute. If you will, just kind of tell me where you're from. I love to get to know our members and what area of their country they're in. In fact, when I'll hear something on the news or I'm talking to a friend, I'll hear a city and I'll go, oh, so-and-so lives in that city. I've never even met them in person, but I know them through technology and through Shibboleth. So I love to know where you're from. Let me know where you're from. I live in Kennesaw, Georgia. Jenny has had a perfect day and IMF. That's awesome. Hey, Patty Bass. Patty Bass, I love what she says. These are the parties. She comes to the parties every night. Okay, Lake City, Florida. Awesome, Beth. When I drive through there next time as I'm going to my in-laws, I will think of you. So let's see. Elise, raised in Marietta, now living in Norcross. Jenny, Cartersville, Georgia. Kim is in Cairo, same as I was going to say Bakey. That was real Southern, wasn't it? Becky. And Brenda is in Calhoun. Welcome. Glad y'all are here. Hey, Jennifer has joined us as well. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. And I'm going to share my screen as I usually do. And when you if you are logging into your account, then if you're in fast track still, you haven't finished every box and every lap of fast track, it continues to pop up for you. But once you've logged in, saved it as a favorite, saved it as a favorite and all that stuff, then you will might need to access the fast track in a different way because it's already saved and you've already gone out and looked at other things. So in order to get back to the fast track, you simply click on dashboard. Teresa, Panama City, Florida. I'm having a perfect day. Awesome. Man, we went to Panama City. How long have you been in Panama City? And are you on the west side? So then you click on fast track. Because for about 18 years, my family and I went down and stayed at a little house that was called the At Ease, and it was right next to this hotel called the Sea Witch. And I wanted to see if you know where that is. Hey, Chris, glad you're here, Chris. So, okay, we're going to do lap 4 tonight. And just as a reminder, I'm going to just show you that this is a little video. It's shortened video, just 12 minutes. This is a shortened video tutorial of this. It's just kind of boom, 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 boom. Okay. And then, but what you do is you have a look right there and you hover your mouse over that link. And when you hover your mouse over that link, a black box is going to pop up. That black box is the instruction box for that task. So you do want to read that black box. This one says, we're familiarizing ourselves with the recipe library. Search the recipe library for your favorites, a database built by our Shibboleth family. As you are exploring, please heart each recipe you think you might like to try. Hearting the recipe adds it to your personal favorites, which can be found in your My Journal tab or the My Favorites tab in the recipe library. Before I get on to this, if you are finding me on Facebook and you are not a member, please know that we have a very small membership fee of $69 for a lifetime. And you can get that membership at www.shibbolethdeals.com. And if you heard about Shibboleth from a person, please type in their first and last name so we can thank them for referring you or sending you our way. Okay, so we're going to click right here. It's going to take us to the recipe library. So one thing I like to do is I like to explain the way that the page looks. Okay, so pretty much all the pages up top are always going to be the same. You know, it's what changes is underneath these colorful tabs, as I call them. I just call them tabs. But these pictures here, they change every single time you come to this page. They change, so they're dynamic, meaning they change. They're not static. Static means it would stay the same. Okay, so these change. So when you see these foods, if you hover your mouse, that's the mocha frappuccino. This says Amy's, my mouse is not picking it up, Amy's Easy Chicken Cabbage Soup, Chicken and Black Bean Quesadilla, TPC Easy Guacamole. So if something there looks or sounds like it would, you think you might like it, do me a favor and write it down. Because if you click on one and then expect to come back to this same page and find another one and click on it, it will have changed. And if you at least write the name down, you can look it up in the recipe library search bar. Okay. Sausage muffins. Ooh, that sounds good. We might have to come back to that one. Okay. You can also use the filters in the recipe library for negative. Negative is better for weight loss. Positive won't take you out of the EFB, but it's not necessarily the best for weight loss. If you do one of those ever so often, it's not going to hurt you. But if you're doing it 3 times a day, 7 days a week, you're probably not going to see the results that you want. Hey, Michelle, I had a great Wednesday. I hope you did too. So the way that this is listed out is, you know how in a cookbook it has sections? Well, there's your appetizer section, and it simply lists everything that's in that section. And then you just kind of keep scrolling, and then you get to breakfast, and it'll list out everything that's in the breakfast section and so forth. Well, over on the right-hand side, if you just want to go to a section, let's say I just want to see, ooh, let me see what I could make me that are freebies. I could click there. Or main dish, side dish, snacks. There's a great one, vegetarian. You know, if you're a vegetarian, this one's pretty cool. 99% of the ingredients come from Walmart. That's an interesting section for a cookbook, isn't it? So there's sections right there without everything just listed under it. Or you can use the search feature if you're looking for something specific. Okay, like you could type in sausage, and anything with the word sausage in it is going to pop up. You could type in pizza. Anything with the word pizza in it is going to pop up. Okay. Now, anything that you have hearted, which means you've liked it, it's going to show up right here in my favorites. We'll click on that in a second. That's where you'll be able to find your favorites. It's also in your journal. If you go to your journal, you can find your favorite foods, your favorite recipes in your journal as well. Now, remember how last night I said that if you wanted to see if a food would work, that you needed to take a picture of it and put a picture of the front of the item and the back of the item in the Facebook group called Shibboleth Fixed It. Well, it's a little bit different for a recipe. For a recipe, you do add it right here. So you just click add recipe and it will give you an opportunity to type that in. We would like for you to type it in how you think that it would work, you know. So if it's called for cream cheese, please put in that you would use fat-free cream cheese or etc. So you could just use that right there. If you want to go to the filters, I'll show you those in just a second. And then if you come down here, these are the things that have recently been added. So there was something added on July 3rd, July 3rd, July 3rd, and so forth. So these are the newest things that have been added. So if you've been a member a while and you've played around in this recipe library a lot, you might want to come over here and look at the recently added things and know what you can do. Hey, Rebecca, I'm glad you're here. So we've got all of this. So right now, just because I want to see what sausage muffins is, I'm going to click on sausage muffins and it's going to take me to sausage muffins. Okay, so sausage muffins, I'm going to go ahead and give that a 5. I mean, I can imagine that they'd be good. I already have them hearted. They're a -1 on the weight loss meter, so that's good. And it's in the appetizer, the breakfast, the main dish, and the snack category. Okay, that's kind of fun. So we're going to use Carb Quick for this. One of the best ways to go ahead and have some of the things that you need in your home is to go to myshibboleth.com/shop and then search for starter kit, recipe starter kit. And you could be sent 3 things, the MCT, ghee butter, and Carb Quick, because those are the type things that when you look at you know how it is, when you look at a recipe and you go, man, I have everything but that. If you just go ahead and have them at home in your pantry, believe me, you will use them. So there's Carb Quick, Kraft, fat-free shredded cheese, 1 pound of approved sausage cooked, or 1 bag turkey sausage crumbles. That's probably what I would do. And then 4 whole eggs beaten. This sounds yummy. And then if we come down here, serving size is 2 muffins. The recipe makes 12 muffins, so that actually could be 6 meals. Or if you're serving other people in your family, you know, could feed a family. 2 is a -1 on the weight loss meter. You would categorize it as a 4, which is a protein plus fat. That's the turkey sausage and the eggs. A 1, which would be the fat-free shredded cheese, and a 2, which is the Carb Quick. Imagine there's enough fiber in that to be to count as a fibrous carb. So you count that as a meal. Or 2 is a 0 weight loss meter snack. All right. So that was added by Angela Cooper back in 2015. So I think we might have to make that. And look, there's all kinds of little comments about that one. So y'all can read those and see what you do. And I like this. They're just made in a muffin tin. If you've got that Pampered Chef brownie pan, you could make it in that Pampered Chef brownie pan. You know, the one where you get all the crust around the edges? You could do that. So that would be fun. So I want to do something real quick before I come off of here. I'm going to go into, I actually want to go right here to this second thing. Do you see right here where it says create a grocery list in the resources, foods, and recipes tab? The black box says, in order to add foods to a grocery list, the grocery list must be created first. If you shop at multiple stores, this is a good time to create a grocery list for each store. I actually feel like I need to move this one to the top right here. But anyway, it's not right there today, so we're going to do it in this order. The reason that it's important to create a grocery list first is if I want to add the foods from that sausage muffins, if I want to add that to a grocery list, I have to have a grocery list created. Now, I've already got some grocery lists created because I do this class every week, and I've been in Shibboleth for over 2 years, so I've got plenty of grocery lists created. And after a while, if I just want to delete some grocery lists, I can delete, you know, some I don't need anymore. I even have a very interesting grocery list down here called things I might want to try. Might want to try. I have that, and let's see what I've thrown in there. Okay, I've thrown in the Private Selection Center Cut Bacon and the Belvita Protein Soft Baked Biscuits. Okay, the other day I was watching TV and a commercial came on for these Belvita biscuits. And I thought, they're promoting those as healthy or useful. I wonder if they're on Shibboleth. And I went into the food library and boom, they were. So I added them to my grocery list called Might Want to Try. So one day when I'm in the grocery store and I feel like looking for these things, I can access that on my phone and look them up and get them in the store. And I've been wanting to buy the center cut bacon and I keep forgetting. So that's why I put it in there. But isn't that a fun little thing just to create a grocery list called things I might want to try? I also have one about just ice creams. So if I click there, there's all the ice creams that are in the food library that I found. So if I'm in the store and I just want to go to ice creams, I already made myself a grocery list called ice creams. And so I can access that. Let's see if I have anything else. Oh, I even did this. I did one on things that I like at Shibboleth. I did a grocery list specifically for the egg salad. I did a grocery list specifically for the salsa chicken bake. Now, I don't know why I would do that, but because I can just look up the recipe too when I'm in the grocery store. But I was playing, I did this back in 2019, actually, just a few months after I started. And I saw some purpose in doing that at that time. But you can make whatever kind of grocery lists you want in here. Okay, so I'm going to click Add Grocery List. I simply am going to pick a day that I want to add the grocery list. And let's just say I want to go to Ingles. I'm going to create my Ingles grocery list and I hit Create. And you will see that at the top of my list now. So there's my grocery list. So once you have created that grocery list, all you do is come and check this box. Now, when you're not in Fast Track anymore, to access your grocery list, you're going to access it right here in this green tab. And you'll just scroll down and it says My Grocery Lists. When you click there, you'll see your grocery lists. So once you've made a grocery list, just go ahead and check that box. Okay. Now we're going to go back to that sausage because I want to add this to my grocery list. See this button right here, this green button, add to grocery list. I can just do that, click Ingles and click add. It added everything to my grocery list. If I want to print this recipe, maybe 3-hole punch it, put it in a binder in my kitchen, I can do that too. So now let's go. I'm just going to click on my favorites. This will show you some of my favorites here. Now, just because they're in my favorites doesn't mean I've cooked them. It just means that things that I have thought I might like. Okay. So let's say that the amazing forgotten chicken. Okay. 679 people, that's what this number is, have said that they like it. It's given a 4 rating. It's pretty good. So I'm going to click there. And if I want to add this to my, okay, so it's a recipe. It makes 6 servings. It's a 1 + 2 + condiment. And look, there's all kinds of people saying good things about this recipe, which is great. And if I want to add this to my list, I click Add Grocery List. I pick Ingles. I can add that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to breakfast foods. Now I've got my full list of breakfast foods there. Let's say that I want to find the breakfast foods that are really going to be best of the best. And I'm going to pick just -1 to -3. So it just reordered my list. And now I have some good options. Let's click right here. Blueberry Carb Quick Muffins. Okay, that looks good. Let's scroll down here. I just kind of like to see what it says. Serving size 2 to 3 muffins. It's a 1 + 2 + 5. The recipe makes 12 muffins. It's very important to read all these details. You may have up to 2 muffins as a snack or up to 3 muffins as a meal. Or you could have 1 muffin as a side paired with a serving of any category 1 protein. So this morning, someone was asking about, she was just wanting some milk and she wanted to know what she could put with some milk. Well, this is kind of how you find out these things. You know, you explore, you read, you're like, oh, hey, I remember that day I wanted some milk. look what this says. If I happen to have this, then I could have some milk. So it just kind of helps you figure things out over time. As a snack, this is a 0 on the weight loss meter. You're going to find that that is a normal thing. It's going to typically be 0 on the weight loss meter, sometimes even a positive number for a snack, because snacks are never, that great for weight loss. They're good for mental weakness if we needed it. And as a meal, it's a -1 weight loss meter. Okay, so that would be a good option right there. Does anybody have anything they want me to look up real quick that you've been curious about? You want to know if we can find a recipe on it. Look at this, cheese stuffed corn dogs. Let's click that. Cheese stuffed corn dogs. So this says baking powder, pepper, salt, 1.5 cups of carb master milk, 1/2 cup of egg beaters, 8 slices fat-free cheese, 1 approved category 1 eight approved category 1 hot dogs, 2 cups of Carb Quick, and MCT oil for frying. Look at that picture. Somebody put a smiley face, a mustard smiley face on the ketchup. So then it tells you how to do that, and then it's 1 corn dog with or without a category 2 vegetable. Sounds good. Okay, patty, pizza. So let's put in pizza. Oh, and there's the filters. Do y'all see the filters right there? Cooking for 1 or 2 people, cooking for family, crock pot, just a few ingredients, and no bake. Okay, and Elise, is Miracle Rice something you buy or something you make? Something that you buy. And Kim says tacos with crunchy shells. Ooh, crunchy shells might be hard. But you could use bonitos and more have nachos. I'm not sure about crunchy shells. Maybe you could even take a approved tortilla and put it in your oven and maybe hang it and crisp it up or something. You like hang it over the shelf in the oven. But I don't know about crunchy shells, Kim. If anybody watching knows about crunchy shells, y'all let me know. Okay, so pizza. There's brand crisp bread pizza. Now, this pizza, most of it's not going to be like your traditional pizza. This is just different pizzas people have made up. So if you're looking for like something that seems a little bit more traditional, the Carb Quick pizza dough, that one, because you're going to use yeast, warm water, sugar substitute for 1 teaspoon sugar, 2.5 cups of Carb Quick, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 0-calorie cooking spray, and then you take approved pizza sauce and toppings. That's how you're going to get the most traditional looking. Okay, and then Ruth Ann says that cauliflower pizza crust is good. Good, that's good. Here's the grilled pizza sandwich. Actually, I made this one. I made that one up. I took that picture, and should be a video in here. There's a video of it right there. Okay, so it's a 0 on the weight loss meter. Not going to help you, not going to hurt you, but it's still good. I've actually been wanting to make one of those. Let's add that to that list. And so that's what you do. You just kind of go through that little pizza list and you just kind of say, okay, is that what I'm looking for? Is that something that I want to eat? Let me try that. Over time, you're going to try lots of interesting things. So you just want to come down through there and look at the pizza. Now, if you want pizza that you don't have to make, because I didn't let us look up pizza last night in the food library because I typically look it up on recipe. We're going to pop back over into the food library real quick because there is an entire category in the food library on pizza that you don't have to make. Okay, so those were recipes that you can make. And you know what I would find? I would take an Olay tortilla, make myself a little pizza, but then I would just roll it up and it was really like a pizza roll. But if I click right there on pizza, it's going to bring up DiGiorno, Amy's Pizza. I really like the Amy's spinach pizza. It is so good. So here's the 365 cauliflower pizza crust, Amy's Pizza. There's 3 approved flavors. I like those. Now you'll see that these pizzas, the ones that you make yourself, are probably going to have a better weight loss meter rating, a more negative weight loss meter rating than these others. But the ones that I like, well, see, I use the Classico traditional pizza sauce to make that pizza sandwich. The California Pizza Kitchen thin crust frozen pizza, there's 8 approved flavors. I like that a lot. There's DiGiorno. I like the DiGiorno ones. Now, just make sure you're buying the right one. You know, you got to look the first time, make sure you're buying the right thing. And these other things I just haven't tried, but there's let's say Papa John's pizza, Pizza Hut pizza. You would just want to click on there and see. Yeah, it's taking you really to the recipe. I mean, it's taking you to the restaurant guide there. So meal replacement, and it says 2 slices with the toppings only with a category 2. So you're going to see a lot of different ways to make things. Okay, I will. Let's see. Let's do this. I'm going to stop my share real quick. I'm going to reshare my screen, share in the sound, and then I'll just play the little video for you. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so I'm back in the recipe library. Do you see how these pictures changed? That's why I was saying every time you come there, it's going to change. So don't be surprised. Okay, pizza sandwich.
Hey everybody, this is Kim Danke, and I am going to make a new sandwich creation that I came up with. I call it a pizza sandwich. I have 2 slices of bread on a griddle. I have sprayed it with, I can't believe it's not butter. I put Classico traditional pizza sauce on each slice. I put a slice of Borden fat-free cheese on each slice. I put 16 boar's head turkey pepperonis on each slice. I put the 2 sides together and cut it in half. Pizza sandwich.
So there you go. But I did make a mistake in what I said. I used 16 slices total of the little pepperonis, 8 on each side, not 16 on both sides. Let's see, Rebecca, some of them I noticed gets you to add cheese, or you can eat with a category 2. Yeah, all of the things, every single thing that you look up in here, never assume, yeah, Patty, I can cook. I do like to cook on a griddle. Never assume that they're all the same. So, because what we've done is we've looked at the nutrition for you, and then in the serving notes, we've told you what will work. Okay, so you always want to be aware of that. Thank you, Rebecca, for mentioning that. Okay. And I just want to look up Miracle Rice for Elise real quick. Let's go into the food library. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look it up in the recipe library. Watch this. Since we're exploring recipe library. Do you see how these pictures changed? Okay, I'm going to put Miracle Rice. Actually, I'm just going to put Miracle. It might, I better put rice because it might pull up Miracle Whip, Miracle everything. Hey, Michelle, glad you're here. Okay, so here's 2 things that have Miracle Rice in the name. So there's Miracle Rice chicken casserole and Planet Shibboleth chicken bouillon and Miracle Rice. So let's look up the chicken casserole. So there you go. There's a recipe that has Miracle Rice in it. And if I want to add that to my list, I can click add to grocery list right there. We'll go ahead and do that. And then, but I do want to go over into the food library because I want to do one more thing because they also have Miracle noodles. So I'm going to look up Miracle. Oops, I hit my computer. And I'm going to click on this Miracle Rice and look at all the recipes. So if you're curious about a product itself, I would go into the food library and then scroll down until you see the recipes that are attached to that food item. Because when you look for that in the recipe library, it's only going to pull up if it's actually in the name of the item. Okay, so that's a good way to access the recipes that are attached to a certain thing. Hey, let's see, Kim, there's a Mexican beef casserole. So there's a lot of Mexican things that you can do, but it just may not be with a crunchy shell. Let me see. I'm going to put in tacos. There's the Don Miguel mini tacos. Okay, so I was just looking up tacos in the food library just out of curiosity, but I'm going to look up tacos in the recipe library, see if we can find any that have a yeah, most of the taco things, the crunchier ones are typically not approved unless you just take something and make it crunchy. But you could also have some crunchy ones on a holiday and then make approved ones on another day. Patty, Mexican beef casserole is a huge favorite. Awesome. That's good to know. You can buy that at the Shibby shop, Elise. Yes, yes, you can. Okay. So we've just kind of been playing around there in the food library. I'm going to come back over here to freebies, just out of curiosity. I want to see some freebies that are here. So there we go. Broccoli steamed in the microwave, butternut squash chips, egg drop soup, jello eggs. So there's just some things that you can look through. Taco seasoning. Oh, this is interesting. Shaxby's sauce. Shibboleth approved Zaxby's sauce substitute. Well, I actually think I want to try that. So let me do this. I'm going to add that to my favorites, add it to my grocery list because I like that Zaxby sauce. Cool. Okay, so we're going to make that right there. So we've added some recipes to the grocery list, okay? Yes, okay, I did not want to eat butternut squash, but I turned them into fries and little chunks like hash browns, and they're absolutely delicious. Okay, so y'all all got to understand how you add things to the food library. I mean, add things to a grocery list. Because once you've done that, that's this one right here. Add a recipe to the grocery list. I went out of order tonight. That's okay. This is so cool. Each recipe required ingredient can be added to a grocery list with the click of a button. Once the recipe has been opened, click the green Add to Recipe grocery list button. Okay, so once you've done that a couple of times, see, Fast Track is really kind of like homework. Okay, yes, Chris, they are good. It's really like homework, because it's little tasks that you do to make sure that you understand everything. But once you've done Fast Track, you're not going to access this stuff through Fast Track. You'll access it through that green Resources, Foods, and Recipes tab. Okay, so now we're going to do this one. We're going to add foods from the food library to a grocery list, and we did a little bit of that. But for practice, pick any food item from the food library and add it to one of your grocery lists. Adding a food item to a grocery list can be done from two places. Now, the recipe is only added from inside the recipe once you've opened it. But from the foods, you can add it at the end of the list or once you've opened it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click here. We're going to go to the food library. And let's just go in here and since we're kind of talking about pizza tonight, let's click on that pizza back again. Took a second there. Okay, now I know I like these Amy's pizza, so look right there. I can just hit that button and that brings that down. I don't even have to open it to see if I like it. But let's come down here and let's just say that I have never really paid much attention to, let's just pick one. Y'all see one y'all like? let's say I'm going to go to Publix or something, and I'm going to add it to my Ingles list just for sake tonight. But let's say Publix Greenwise organic pizza, any flavor. That sounds interesting to me. I've never really paid much attention to that pizza. We'll click on it because I just want to see. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's a meal replacement. You can have up to a third of the pizza. Let me come down here. You may have a third of the pizza. Portion must fit underneath your hands. So what this means is if you're a smaller person, a third of the pizza may not fit under your hands, even though it says that you can have a third of the pizza. Okay, so you've got to use your best judgment right there, but follow the portion rules over what it says. It's best to pair it with a side salad with 0 calorie or close to 0 calorie dressing. The veggie pizza needs to have added half a cup fat-free shredded cheese or up to 2 ounces of lean protein to make it work. Do you see what we've done? We tell you everything. So in this particular case, there are any flavor is approved, except if you get the veggie one, you've got to do this other stuff to it. I mean, this thing right here is worth every bit of $69 that you didn't have to figure all this thing out. It's amazing. Okay, Brenda, what is a good salad dressing? Do you make your own? Well, I'm pretty blessed, Brenda. I never have been a salad dressing person. So I don't really make my own or buy it. I just don't. I just don't eat salad dressing very much. Now, salad dressings, a lot of people like the Walden Farms, but they do actually, some people can't stand them. But let's do this. Let's come right over here and let's click on salad dressing. And Elise says, amen. It's amazing the time and effort that has been put into getting this database together. Yes, I mean, it is. It's absolutely amazing. Patty is saying that to Brenda, I make my own dressing, homemade ranch. Okay. Oh, yeah. And we've seen Patty make that before in her group, which was really good. But look right here, Brenda. Here's all kinds of dressings that you can buy out there. And you just got to try which one and which one you like. Just play. Rebecca, it's the homemade ranch from the recipe library. Yes. Also, thank you, Jenny. Jenny says the MCT, Good Seasons, and ACV dressing is good. Okay, so since we're talking about dressings, let me add a couple of things I'm going to add a couple of things here to this grocery list just because that's what we were doing. Okay, so I added that. Let's go back over here to the resources, foods, and recipes. I'm going to go to the recipe library. Yeah, and Patty's talking about dill pickle and avocado. First of all, I was just kind of scanning to see if anything said just dressings, and it doesn't. So I'm going to put in dressing. Look, you can see I've looked it up before. And remember, we're not going to be happy clickers. It takes a second for this database to pull up the information. Okay, so well, obviously you got chicken dressing and cornbread dressing, but those aren't like dressings for salads. There's a ginger dressing that I bet is good. Homemade ranch dressing. So let's go ahead and click there. 214 people have said they like it. And 1 packet of Hidden Valley Original Ranch Salad Dressing and Seasoning Mix, 16 ounces of low-fat or fat-free cottage cheese, and water. And when you make that, you can use enough water to get it to be your consistency that you like. And you just wouldn't want to use let's say, serving notes. You may have up to a cup of this with raw veggies as your meal or up to a 1/4 cup as a condiment. This ranch is a category 1, so it's not going to hurt you, but you still want to follow the rules. If you're using it as a meal, you do that. I like to follow the rules. In fact, one night at an event, somebody was introducing me and they said, "This is Kim. She's militant." And I'm like, "Thank you. Yes." But if you follow the rules, they work. If you don't get the same results as people who follow the rules. So that's why I say that. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's look up. Let me go back. Okay. Fine. Let's just add this to the grocery list. Let's go back and Ruth Ann's saying the Maple Grove raspberry dressing is good. Maple Grove. Sounds good. Thank you for putting that in there. There's the dill pickle salad dressing. 1.5 cups of dill pickle juice, 1 ripe avocado, and 1/4 cup of MCT oil. So do y'all remember on Sunday night when I talk about MCT? Well, just as a reminder, we never need to get it in as a supplement. It's not a supplement. We just use it as a swap for the oils. I mean, y'all don't take like olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil as a supplement. See, we don't take MCT as a supplement. We just use it as a swap for the oils. But I said that we use MCT 3 ways only: cooking, recipes, and dressings, making approved dressings. And here's an example of that. So let's just add this. I'm creating a really big list tonight. I won't be making all of this. I'm just showing y'all what the list looks like. Do you know, I actually don't have time to eat all the foods and everything because I don't eat nearly as much anymore. Okay, let's come down here, and somebody said another dressing. What was that dressing? The MCT Good Seasons and ACV. I don't know which one that is, but let's look at this, an MCT salad dressing. That might be it. There, got your MCT, apple cider vinegar, Emerald's Essence Original to taste. You could probably put whatever seasoning you wanted in there, okay? Or use so seasoning doesn't matter. And on this MCT oil and apple cider vinegar thing, see how it's giving you half a cup, half a cup? It's giving you even ratios of that. If you like little bit more oil, you could do half a cup and back off on the vinegar, or if you like more vinegar, you could do the half a cup and back off on the oil. You can do that. If you could get that to your desired flavoring. Yes, Patty. Yes, I am militant, and you need to follow my rules. I'm just kidding. Okay. Anything else we could look up right now? Let's look at some of my favorites in here again. But y'all give me some hearts if you understand where to access this and how to use it. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. Thank you for loving me when I tell you no anyway. One day I told her no like 4 or 5 times, and then she said, no, 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 no. That's all you ever say. That's funny. Okay. This right here. Good, good. Y'all, yay. Thank you. Thank you. Best breakfast casserole. This thing is good. This is real good. So let's click this. I've got it marked as a 5 already. I've already hearted it. 247 people. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. I had to read that a couple of times, but I get it. I get it now. Thank you. So this is really good. Now this is the Jennie-O turkey sausage, but I just buy a different category 4 approved sausage because I just get the Jimmy Dean crumbles. So right here, if it's a category 4 sausage, it will still work even if it's not this Jennie-O. So when you come down here, look where it says Lewis Healthy Life Bread. I didn't buy Lewis last time. I actually have never purchased Lewis. What I normally buy is the Sara Lee 45 calorie delightful, but they didn't have that. So I bought the Nature's Own Keto Life. And I actually think I might have liked the Nature's Own Keto Life bread in this recipe over the Sara Lee in this particular instance. But I like Sara Lee better for sandwiches. Isn't it funny how we kind of figure these things out? This thing is really good. So it makes 12 servings. It's so easy to make. It's a 1 plus 4 plus 2. I make this for family events. Christmas morning. I make this for Christmas morning. Everybody loves it. And I'm not fattening them up when the whole family's here. So this is good. This one's really good. Okay, so I think y'all get all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back over here. Once you've added some things, you just check this box. And then the last task on lap 4 is to check out your created grocery list. So, and this is why. Each grocery list can be customized before going shopping. When a full recipe is added to the grocery list, it adds every item that's needed. You may already have some of the staples at home. So when you look at your grocery list, you can edit the items you don't need to purchase at the store. Notice how each item in the grocery list is also listed by category. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to click here. It's going to take me to my grocery list. I'm going to click on Ingles. And look, these are all the things that we've added by playing around tonight. And this is everything that I added that was a category 1. See, I also love that this website is, yay, Christine, layer after layer after layer of education. Okay, you've played in the recipe library, you've played in the food library, you've tossed these things into your grocery list, but then you think, oh, what category is that in? It's there. You don't even have to worry about it. It's there. So let's look at this. Okay, yeah, I need to buy all of those things. It is a list. It is amazing. And then you think, okay, yeah, I need all of those things. Okay, yep, I need all of those things. I need that. Okay, let's look at all these condiments we got going on here. Let's kind of scroll through. And let's just say I already have some Walden Farms ketchup at home. See how I click that minus button? I can remove it. And let's just look. Okay, I've got Worcestershire sauce in my fridge. Let's just remove it. I don't need to buy that. Okay, so cool. I always keep water on my list, always, because I'm always if I run out, I get in a bad spot. I need to actually work on this today. And I've got my little drink right here again, my apple cider vinegar with the cran pineapple, the Ocean Spray 5-calorie cran pineapple. I can't believe it's not butter. I've already got that in the fridge. I'm going to remove that. And let's see. And do you see what it did with Amy's Pizza? It put it into a meal replacement. Let's say that when you're looking at this, that you go, huh, that's interesting. It's a meal replacement. Let me click at it and let me read it. See, it pops you over into the food library and you can just read it. Okay, I can eat a third of the pizza with a side salad, 0-calorie dressing. What part, Brenda? Tell me what part. So now I'm going to come back over here and look, I already have black pepper at home. I've already got garlic powder at home and cooking oils. We're just going to say I already have these 2 things at home. So I'm just kind of showing you how it can be customized, okay? So once you've customized your list, you can just click print right there. And you can print out your grocery list and go to the grocery and just check, and buy the things. If you then realize oh, you know what? I really need something. You click add grocery list items. It takes you to the food library so that you can then search for the item that you need. Let's say I need to add Mighty Muffin. Oops, I need to hit the search button. Okay, so Brenda, there's a lot of different places to find that out. So let's say I want to add that. And I'll go over that in just a second. Let me just add that to my list. Jennifer, it is best if it does. It is best if it does. But I would say that if you have a small side salad that's reasonable, you'll still be okay. But just don't think, oh, let me make the biggest side salad possible and call it a side salad. Okay. But, it's kind of hard to put a side salad on a plate. You put it in a small bowl, reasonable size with just category 2 veggies on it, and you should be fine. Brenda says she'll just move in with somebody for a week. Well, go see Patty. Patty will cook for you because you probably won't get any cooking at my house. I am like super, super simple. Yes. Patty says you also have mentors too. Okay, so what did I add just then? Mighty Muffin. So there they are. I just added the Mighty Muffin. The support is unbelievable. Okay, so let's say that I've come up with my list. I've got my list, and I'm going to go to the Shibboleth website on my phone. I'm going to the website, not the journal app. I'm going to go to the green button, the resources, recipes, etc. Oh, actually, I just saved a grocery list. Let me go to that. I saved as a favorite my grocery list. So when I click on my grocery list, it goes straight to my grocery list. Now, when I'm in Ingles, I can click right there while I am in the store. If I want to use this as my checkoff list rather than printing, I can just click remove and it removes it from my list. Now watch, I'm going to refresh this page. I just removed the first thing that was right there, the cheese. So I can just do that on my phone too. And that way, boom, that stuff's gone. I see it leaving. That actually makes me the most happy. I can see that stuff leaving my grocery list. And then I'm like, okay, I've got all of that stuff. So I just do that from my phone. Yeah, Patty loves to cook. She does. Now, just to kind of go back and as we wrap up, just to give Brenda a little bit more info. So Brenda, these are some of the places where you're going to find food. The foods. And Brenda, do you mean that you just joined today or just started having your first perfect day today? Explain that to me real quick because that's going to help me a lot when explaining to you what I need to explain. And the other great thing about Shibboleth, y'all, is we're all real people doing this together. There's no fanciness here. We all just are living life, helping each other, getting it all done. Yep, y'all. Patty says right here, you're welcome to join Patty's Shibboleth Friends. She posts her food plan basically daily and has some cooking videos. Brenda, I signed up Friday, but I just started it today. I watched you and your videos until about 1:30 this morning. Awesome, Brenda. That's the way to do it. Just immerse yourself. Good. Okay, so here's where you're going to find foods. In lap 1, hopefully you printed these documents because these documents, like if we look at the welcome packet and we scroll down, read everything, y'all, read everything. Come down here, all you got to start doing is writing your lists, your favorite lists, and reading this, you're going to go, Boar's Head lunch meat is best. Other brands are acceptable as long as they fit the deli meat formula. And look, there's a deli meat formula. But you know what? You may not want to do a deli meat formula while you're standing in the deli. So you just buy Boar's Head and move on. And then you just start to figure things out as you go along. If you like chicken breast, you want to add that to your lean protein list. So this is a great place just to find some separate items that you can then combine to eat together. So make sure you read those lists. There we go. And keep going with those lists there and just giving you lots of ideas. Okay. And look, starter week meal ideas. So this is a brilliant place to start. Starter week meal ideas for breakfast and lunch and dinner, some snacks and freebies listed. Okay, all of that is listed there. So that's a good place to find things to eat. Then this phase 1 fastest combination chart and rules. This is a great place to find stuff to eat. Look at the second page. This is showing you if you take anything from this middle part, you can eat it with something from here. Category 1 plus category 2. You can take a category 4, eat it with a category 2. You can take a category 6 and eat it with a category 2. You can take a category 7 and eat it with a category 2. So what you want to do is look at everything and just write it all down that you think you might like to eat it together. Let me just say something. I have this down now. How many of you, let me say this. How many of you know your ABCs? Y'all give me some hearts on Facebook if you know your ABCs. Thank you, Patty. Okay, we know our ABCs. Rebecca knows her ABCs. Michelle does too. Okay, we know our ABCs. Are you going to forget your ABCs? I doubt anybody here is going to forget their ABCs. But you know what? When you were little, what did your mother do? What did your daddy do? What did your grandmother do? What did your aunts, uncles, your little friends, your preschool teachers do? From birth, they are going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? They're singing this to you from birth, and you're learning it. Once you learn this, once you get this down, this is like having your ABCs. It'll be there. It'll be there. So, but you didn't learn your ABCs overnight. You learned them because people kept plugging in. Okay, so right here, look at this one too. Travis's fast start meal ideas. Some of these may match that other, but some may not. So read through there. Oh, Patty. Patty is funny. Patty's being funny over there. So here is, oh, I had a Quest cookie for the first time today for breakfast. It was peanut butter. It was so good. So this is where you're going to find meal ideas, okay? And right now, you don't really need to understand why they work. Just do them, stay immersed, stay learning, and you'll get it all. It'll all come together. And then, of course, if you go to the new member food library, you just scroll through and you pick out your things. And if you're a Facebook user, you look at other people's foods, and then if you like it, you write it down. And then this, Brenda. Oh yeah, I want to see your new hairdo too. Okay, so this right here, write down what you currently eat and then figure out what the new items are that you need to make what you used to eat be Shibboleth approved. So this worksheet is great. Awesome, Brenda. That's funny. Okay. And then if you come right here to lap two, right here where it says the simple food combining webinar, if you click there, this is the webinar website that I used on Monday night. And you could simply go, okay, I can eat something from here and something from here together. Okay, I can eat something from here and I can eat that by itself. So you can do that. Then in lap 3, you just start plowing through and having fun, looking at that food library and play, and then make meals on your worksheets. And then in lap 4, it's all about that recipe library and picking things out. In lap 5, we're talking about void replacements, freebies, extra snacks. So this whole week is about figuring out where to find what to eat on Shibboleth and ask questions. Do you see this little thing right here? If I click right here, I'm going to say, hey, Missy, showing everyone how awesome you are. And so I just chatted with Missy. Missy is monitoring that. So watch this. She says, hey. So if you have a question, you simply just go right there and ask a question. Yes, the chat is awesome. The chat is, she says, you're the awesome one. Oh, I'm going to say, thank you. Smiley face. So, and now I'm going to say bye. But so right here, this is monitored. Bye. This is monitored from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. Okay. Joni monitors it from 9 to 5. Missy comes on at 5 and monitors it till 9. And then on weekends, you can pretty much use the Shibboleth Facebook groups and all of that. But if you want more answers than just one person, you can ask on the Shibboleth group too and get lots of opinions. So it kind of depends on what kind of question you're asking as to where you might find your best resources. Oh, thank you. Thank y'all. Making me feel good. Okay, so right now, Jason is going to do a video called How I Overcame Food Addiction and Lost Weight. Our members, if you'll go right here to the online webinar tab and make sure that you're registered for it, you can just click right here and it'll take you to Zoom and you can register for that. The reason I say for members to get registered right there is because you get credit, kind of credit, on your badge. You get an increasing number on your badge for participating in that. So y'all go have fun watching Jason. Catch me in the morning on the Shibby Show for our morning motivation, our daily devotion, and just the fact that consistency rules in doing this. And please know, application and transformation are inseparable. So if you want to see a transformation, you got to have application. And Patty is awesome. Join her on Patty's Shibboleth Friends, and you can see all the fun things that she's doing and cooking, and just stay motivated. All right, bye everybody. We'll see you in the morning, and then make sure to join me tomorrow night for void replacements, freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements. Bye everybody. Bye. Thank you all. Thank you.